Have a good and blessed evening, poets and poetess around the world. Good evening, migrant writers of Hong Kong. This is your host, Bernadette de la Cruz. Welcome to our new segment, Connected Different Voices, One Passion. But before that, let me share you about Migrant Writers of Hong Kong. The Migrant Writers of Hong Kong is a social media platform where members can freely share their written poems. It is also a community of migrants in Hong Kong and that aims to provide learning tools for inspiring writers such as lectures and workshops. We believe that writing is an outlet of our emotions and it contributes much to our health in many ways. It was organized on March 30, 2021, hoping to unite every migrant writers under one shelter. On our Facebook page, we have segments that challenge writers to write because we believe that practice will always help someone to become better. And here are our challenges. Every Monday, we have our Monday prompt given to let writers and poets write short story, a poem, an essay, or any other kinds of poetic device that they are comfortable and inspired with. Every Tuesday, we have our Tuesday Art Challenge using arts and paintings as medium in creative writing in collaboration with Guhit Kulai, a migrant art and painting community in Hong Kong. Every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, we have Connected Different Voices, One Passion that features international writers or poets. And every Thursday, we have Thursday Photo Challenge using photography as a tool in creative writing. Every Friday, we have an extra challenge featuring poetic device that enables writers to learn, enhance, and practice different forms of poetry. And every first and third Sunday of the month is a Words in Motion segment featuring various writers in the community. And in our Monday, we have Monday Spotlight featuring poet and writer that aims to introduce them to the community. And here we go. Connected, different voices, one passion. This segment will feature international writers or poets and their contributions, not only in the world of literature, but also within their community. It also aims to strengthen the connection of our members through interactions while showcasing diverse cultural talents through poetry, readings, or storytelling. So now we have our pilot cast to this first ever news segment connected by the migrant writers of Hong Kong. And let me introduce you our guest. Our guest came from India. Author Suchismita Ghoshal hails from West Bengal, India. At the age of 24, she has been continuously leaving her footprints in the contemporary literary world. She is a widely published author, internationally reputed bilingual poet, spoken word poet, professional writer, content writer, editor and critic, translator Bengali English, performer, communicator, and literary influencer, and a great humanitarian. She's been invited to many international festivals and open mics. Her awards, accolades, and achievements not only inspire her more to write, but also to influence her through the kindness of her words. Her solo books Field of Sonnet, Emotions and Tantrums, and Poetries in Quarantine are all available on Amazon website. Let's welcome Suchismita Ghoshal. Hello,
Hello,
good
hello,
evening.
namaste
Good evening,
everyone.
dear.
Good evening, good evening, good evening to all the beautiful audience who were seeing us across the world. And we are very much
Yes, good
happy that,
evening. Happy
yes,
to see you again
thank you
in
very much for
the
the kind invitation to this outstanding segment which you guys have created to connect all the voices from around the world, all the
Yes,
artistic and
you are
thinkers.
very welcome,
Thank
Suchismita.
you very much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
sister.
much.
Thank you, dear, for granting our invitation. Okay.
I am very honored.
Yes, thank you so much. So I heard about your passion in poetry. Uh, when did it started? How young are you when you discover your passion in writing
Actually,
poetry?
yes. So it was not so much regular, and it was not from the very first, because I would like to tell myself that I was a very knowledge seeker girl. I used to find knowledges and I used to seek knowledges from everything I wanted to watch my in my surroundings. Like I was a very um curious girl, and I
Yeah.
used to love books. I used to read books, and I felt that words are the most important thing in our life, because
Yeah.
with that sword we can change our lives and change many lives, inspire many lives. So I was almost 15 or 16 when I started to write
All
something.
right.
Exactly. And I was at that point of time when I started to write down some notes in my diary.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to
Yeah.
maintain diary. I remember that when I was very young, I used to read newspapers, and sometimes I used to collect some uh, words from that to just increase my vocabulary, and I used to write it in my diary, and with the meaning of it I used to use dictionary for that. Let this word is something new, and this could be something very useful to me if I move ahead. So I just started writing quotes, and since it goes on for 2 or 3 years, and after that when I just started when I just got promoted into my college in my
Mm-hmm.
graduation years. So from second year of my college, I started finding a social media platform or something which
Okay.
can connect only writers or authors, not the
Oh,
people like
interesting.
someone. Yes, exactly, someone friends, or just only chatting. Just I was not interested to find that type of platforms, because we already have so many of them. So I started finding out, and I just found out Miraki. I guess you must have heard or not, but Miraki and your quote. So I found these
Mm-hmm.
platforms, and I found that, and unknowingly I found that they were very interesting. Like so many
Oh.
people are sharing their quotes and their write-ups, and I got so interested into it. Like it seemed very awesome to me, because I had already seen so much of chatting platforms, but I had never seen something like
Mm.
people are writing there. So I started posting my quotes. I thought that finally I have got some place where I can just share my thoughts and quotes, and then I switched to writing stories. And
Oh, wow.
actually I had no idea that I will be writing poetries, because I had heard, or it seemed to me like that poetries are one of the toughest, or something like one of the most delicate thing in the literature. So it is not everyone's cup of tea. So
Yeah,
I never
yeah, I
thought
know.
that I will be a poet or something like that. But when I started writing a poetry like I am me, the first poetry I wrote, I am me, it seemed very. When I read it, I think it was mature for the time being I was at that time. it was mature for that time only, and I really feel proud that it just started my poetry career, and I got very much interested, and I started following poets from Instagram, and then
Oh,
other in Facebook, and I really graduated in it, and I really felt so emotional at the time, because poetry is equal to heart. The heart talks
yes,
and the soul
indeed.
talk, and it is so good. I feel so good to call myself as a poet. I don't know if I can honor this word, or I can be honored with this word, but I think poetry has just changed my life, has just changed that dimension I used to
Yes.
be in that time, and it has made me something which I am really proud of, and I can tell everyone that yes, I love poetry.
Yes, indeed. It's poetry is our life. It speaks about our deep and emotional and soul and our
Yes,
personality and that. So I agree to you with that statement.
exactly.
Yeah. And what a very wonderful journey you have in poetry. It's very, very
Yes,
inspiring.
thank you
Yes,
very
because
much.
at your young age, not all at your age nowadays goes to poetry and as writing is like their best friend. They pour all their emotions to it through
Yes,
writing and that. So
exactly.
salute, salute to you for
Thank you
for
very much.
being a
Thank you very
poet.
much. I
Yes,
am highly
and
honored.
yes. And okay, we have a lot of okay. So we have here Siteng. Good evening, gorgeous ladies, and welcome to our honored and talented guest. Okay, and migrant riders of Hong Kong. Good evening, beautiful ladies, and from Lizelle Marcus. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to our two gorgeous ladies. Thank you, and good evening to
Thank you
all.
very much to all
Yes,
the sweet and lovely praises which we are currently receiving, and we are
yeah,
really grateful to all of the audience who are currently watching this segment and watching
yeah.
this
Thank you so much, Boo.
virtually.
Yeah. Okay, tell us something about your books because you published three books. It's Fields of Sonnet and
Mhm.
Emotions and Tantrums, Poetries
Yes.
in Quarantine. I believe each one of it has its own characteristics that portrays the author's personality. So can you share can you share to us what
Definitely.
is all about the book? First we have your
So,
Fields of Sonnet. Yeah. Um,
yes, Fields of Sonnets is like something a gemstone to me. It's one of the most special things in my life. I call it my child, because it was my debut poetry book,
ah,
and it is one of the most important reasons for it to be special, because it was from a publications offer that I had participated in one of their anthology challenges, and I don't know, one day I just got a call from them,
wow.
and they just told me that they had liked my poetry for the anthology, and they just offered me that they will publish it for almost free if I gave
Wow.
them
Okay.
a collection of poems. They just offered me
Wow.
upfrontly, and I was so inspired, and so I was just at cloud nine. I was jumping like a child, and I really felt that it was so amazing. I just had written almost 40 poems, and I
Wow.
just was so excited that I just gave them a yes and hands on hand, and I just told them that I will be giving them the collection within a month or a 2 month, because I really needed to take care of all the things like writing and also editing, all the small mistakes and all those things. So I just did it, and it happened on my just 2 days before my birthday. The book got published and came out,
Wow.
and I was so excited about that. And after that, in 2020, I just had published two books during quarantine. One of them were poetries in quarantine, and the other one was emotions and tantrums. So it was also a
Mm.
very exciting opportunity, and they are ebooks, and they can be available at a very cheap rate, which is like 9 rupees each.
Mm.
So 9 rupees in Indian money each. So it is very cheap, and anyone can just avail these books, and I am sure they will like the poetry. I'm just not getting sure. I mean, they can feel the poetry with their heart, because I just tried to connect all the emotions, all the real emotions uh, of my life experiences, not my life experiences, also my experiences about others and my surroundings, and I have
Mm.
just put it up all there and just wrote those books from my heart. So all these
Wow.
three groups are specials, and Fields of Sonnet is really the most special one.
Yeah. It's so nice to hear that the Fields of Sonnet is your baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's my baby.
Yeah, very memorable one. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
So, what is your advocacy in connection to poetry towards your community? Because you're writing. We know we write on purpose. So,
Yes.
you as a writer, so what is your advocacy in connection to poetry?
Uh, Mostly I write based on my in-hand experiences. Like I can write. I'm just giving an example. Uh, just I can write in a metro. Like I was going on a journey, and I was just watching my surroundings. I just put all the things, and I started just noting down all the things I am watching right now, and I just made a poetry out of it. So my real basic intentions goes to the watching, and not making the poetry
Mm.
always a imagination. Not always, because I am a very real life person, and I want to educate people about the real life emotions, real life situations. And my main focus for all the writers out there, or all the people who are watching over me, always will be like, find yourself, find your real emotions, find your true intuitions, so that you can
Mhm.
just move ahead in your life. Not just think that you are someone so much ordinary that people can take over you. That is not
Yes, yes.
the thing. Just
I
the
agree.
way,
Yes.
just I have found myself through writings. You can also find yourself through your real talent and real things. And also sometimes I write about social issues, which is also about to educate people about the importance of noticing, and importance of voicing out all the wrongs, and against all the wrongs, and against all the injustices, whichever form you want to, like making placards, just doing social movements, empowering people in social media, and anything you can do. So I have always tried to influence people through this way. Always.
Yeah. Indeed, is nice influence to all the, the people in your community and as well as all the poets and also to our audience now. So we are going to read some of the comments here from Si Teng. Indeed, congratulations to you, Miss Suchismita. So young and talented. It made me wonder what I have been doing when I was younger. You're an inspiration to the youngsters. And also, uh, Miss Nims, good evening, beautiful ladies. Thank you, Miss. And Thank you, Miss Chismita Gushal. Thank you for accepting our invitation to be our guest. And from Marjorie Fuentes, good evening, everyone. So,
Thank you very much, everyone, for all your warm wishes, and we shall together change this world through our
yes,
artistic
indeed.
creativity arenas and all the influencing things we can.
Yes, indeed. Okay, now maybe you are ready to
Yes,
recite your written piece and share to us and to our audience your poem.
this is going to be most
Yes, we are. We
amazing
are
thing now.
very, very excited to hear your poem in your
So,
language.
yes, thank you very much, dear. So, the first poem which I will be reciting to start over the our segment with a New Year wish. I wish everyone a very happy and prosperous new year, maybe a healthy one. So the first poetry will be only will handling with all the new year wishes and which I have written on the last day of the previous year, 31st December night. So yes, I will be reciting it. So the title of the poem is Resonating with New Year. Captivating lights on the night sky. The barbecue smoke, so young, camouflage with the rejuvenated aura. The party feels like slow wine, with the rivers of several memories. Friends and forgiveness are two words, and we felt all of it on the last day of an enchantingly roller coaster year. From the meatballs to the hurrays, to the foggy, wintry ambience, to the enticing smiles and cheers, to brand new greetings, to the love exchanges. Everything falls on the ground and reality splashing all colors with grace. Late night songs sprinkle melodies in the ear. Let's sleep with the orbit of positivity and diminish the scars of yesterday, for a whole new year comes with the entirely refreshing promises and love. Thank you very much for patiently listening. So, this was my New Year poem as well as a fresh start, something like a fresh uh, start of
Thank
this thing.
you. Thank you so much for that poem. I can smell the aroma. I'm feeling the food and it makes me drool. And of course, I love Indian spices that you are describing in your poem. And yeah, despite of all that foods and partying and with the New Year and the celebration, yeah, we
Yes,
tend to have positivity. We're thinking all the positive ways that uh, we can think, just to neglect and set aside all the negativities that's happening around us
exactly.
during the pandemic. Yeah, it's very difficult. It's a hard time for us, but yeah, your
Yes,
poem
definitely.
your poems really state about hope that we can stand and we can surpass this pandemic. Thank you so much for that.
Exactly.
It's
Thank you
strong.
very much.
Thanks for reciting. Okay, so we had Happy New Year too, friends. Forgiveness and positivity are New Year's resolutions. My okay. My timeline. Good evening, ladies. What a beautiful segment. Happy to see you both talented ladies on screen. Thank you so much, my timeline. And Miss Nan's beautiful poem. So Susmita, it made me savor the flavors from it. Happy New Year. All right.
Thank
So
you very much. Happy New Year to you too.
let's go back to our conversation here. So let's enjoy the whole segment. Okay, so if you are um, a poetic device, what would it be and why?
This is an amazing question. I mean, it was really head-swinging question. So, poetic device, it should be related to some gadgets or something like that.
No, it's a poetry device, like if it's narrative poetry, or it's a metaphoric in poetry, or you just write
Okay.
words,
So,
something
if
like that.
I would be a poetry device, I would love to be something called positive poetry or something like love poem because I really love the segment romance. I know it's very common, but I really like because it comes out with all the positivity do we have with our connections with our emotions, and it seems like people when they're in love they become so much of positive and they become they become poor themselves. I mean, I wouldn't say they become poor themselves. I mean, in their activities they become like poets. They start singing, they start writing, they start watching movies, and they start try to be something like so creative themselves, their own selves, that they can present it to their uh, beloved or something. So
Yes,
yes, I will be a love poem.
verse. Yes, yes. I think you love to write in free verse. Okay, so we
Yes,
have
yes.
a question here from Miss Nems. In your own point of view, how did your poems made an impact in the community that you are in?
So the question is for me.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So uh so the comment is from, I would like to just know her name.
In your own point of view, how did your poems made an
Yes,
impact
yes.
in the community
I
that
just
you're in?
wanted, yes, I just wanted to know who has written this comment. I mean, I just want to address her actually. It's a very good question. So, as I pre-said that my pure intentions of writing poetry has always been to influence people to find their true selves and find their ability in things which they can prosper and they can be something great. So I have always tried to influence my community through the positivity which I write, and sometimes to educate my community about the social issues they are seeing but not getting that courage to voice against it. I always encourage people to voice against all the odds and all the injustices, and always try to motivate my community to aspire more and dream more and just put their 100% hard work into it so that they can achieve that. So my community, so I would just give an example like there is one friend. I don't know if you'll be happy if I just pronounce his name, but there is one my friend from writing community only. He is Polash Boshurai from India, and he's a uh, very good horror story writer. He writes in Bengali and also in English. And he always tell me that he gets very much of inspiration from me whenever I achieve something, and it has helped him to write more. And I'm really happy to see him grow. and as well as he's getting his recorded story on YouTube, and I'm really happy that people are getting educated from it. So yes, I have always tried to motivate people for whom or which thing they are uh, doing good, or they are very much experienced or expert. If someone loves to draw, they should continue drawing. If someone loves to work for the society, or wants to get engaged into societal work, they should get engaged into societal work. If someone wants to achieve something in academics, they should get it going. I mean, I have always tried to tell people that don't think you are mediocre or something like less when you see someone achieving something, because you know you can achieve it in any other way or in a different way. If you put your hard work into it, one day you are gonna achieve your dream. That's it. That's how I just try to help motivate my community.
Okay, we have, there's so much in store in you, young lady. Thank you. And
Thank you very much.
I love that too. Love is the easiest to convey. Romance is the best. Okay,
Yes,
Miss,
it is.
I'm Maria. You remember Maria, right? And yeah. Marjorie Fuentes says okay, this is a question from Marjorie Fuentes. How you define yourself years from now?
So this is something really tricky question. Uh, Maybe 10 years from now, I will be define myself as a good humanitarian who try to influence people through the magic of her words, or something like her uh, inspiring words. A humanitarian will be the best word for me, because I have always tried to do something good for the society and something out of the box. So yes, I want to define myself as a good human being who is trying her best, and to influence people and educate people.
Restore humanity.
Exactly.
Nowadays, we need to restore humanity because we are dealing with a so wrecked negative world. So we need to um, preserve and restore it. So
Exactly.
I believe that as a 24-year-old young lady there in India, you have a lot of you have a lot of many activities that help the community. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
uh, you mind if you share some of the activities you do to your community as a humanitarian?
Um, I would like to tell that I have been connected to few NGOs uh, during some not. I will always not be working in the field, but there are a lot of working out in the out of the field. I have tried to educate some NGOs about their environment policies. I have connected to Renaissance team, which is founded by George Onsi sir from Egypt, and I have been trying to inspire people or educate the people through the knowledge I do have. And I have been connected to World Peace and Climate Change Organization, and as a climate advocate. So I have been trying to help people through the knowledge I do have, or through some policies which might be working for the next future. And I do really hope for a very good world, a very good earth with all the positive climate conditions, and of course a better condition from now which we are having now. And also in my town, which is Malda in West Bengal, I have always tried to connect with more people. And I have been in an NGO called Pro Welfare Society, when which I joined in 2019, and I have done some NGO works with my fellow mates, and we have done some great things, so that it has been branched out not only in Malda but in four other cities too. So yes, I am trying my best whichever I can do. I have that thinking that if we want to do something good, uh, we should do it, because changes start from us. Like if I am doing good and inspiring one people, not many, but one people, or one man or woman, to do something good, then we are creating a chain. And they and that man or that woman will be inspiring or influencing someone, and that will be going on a chain, and we will do something as uh, global natives. I mean, yes, we should always think that we are doing it for our earth, and we are globally more empowered people, and we should not only think about our city, but globally what we can do.
Yes, thank you for that. You are so, so great with your young age. You do a lot of things to help the community and your community.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You are a pride of the world because, yes, not all the youngsters nowadays doing the things that you did um, to help the community. So I'm very proud to know you and to have
Thank,
you.
thank you so much. Because we should do something as a uh, as an empowered or responsible people. We should do something for our society, for our community, for our nation, and maybe globally, so that we can acquire the good only, because a lot of negativities are going on uh, around us, and we must not be affected by it. And we should carry on the good work, because someone has to do it.
Yes, if there's no one to,
Exactly.
it will start in us. It will really definitely start within our hearts, within our personality, and no other will. If there's none that can start it, then we ourselves will start it. So for the
Exactly. I believe if there is some positivity and there is some positive changes in this world, it must be people like us who are doing something. We should not focus on the negative things. If 1% of positivity is going on, is just for these people of us who are just collaborating, or who are just making a unity to do something good for this world or our mother earth. Yes, I do believe it.
okay, so before
Did you just say something? I might have missed it for my bad network.
before we okay, so I'm sorry about that. So before we proceed to some of the questions, we'll again hear from you your second poem. Are you ready?
Yes, yes, I am ready. I
Okay,
mean, I
so I
must be ready,
page
because
and there you go.
so this poetry which I had written, getting inspired by scratched world, like people, not people, kids do something like some drawings on the wall, and they just do it with drawing pencils. in their walls, and there are some scattered wall scratches, right? So I just wrote a poem inspired by it in my native language, and for your understanding, I have translated it into English. Almost the poetry has been uh, 4 or 5 months old now. So let's just start it. So first, it will be in my native language, which is Bengali, and I will recite it. হিজিবিজি দেওয়াল অঙ্কন। দেয়ালের হিজিবিজি দাগগুলো এলোমেলো ভাবে প্রশস্ত। কোনো এক বছর পাঁচের বাচ্চা তাতে মন ভরে আঁকিবুকি কাটে। হয়তো জর্জরিত হওয়ার অকাট্য সত্যের ধারে কাছেও ঘেঁষেনি তার অবুঝ মন। কিন্তু যৌবনের লাবণ্য শোভিত শুভারম্ভে আমি অনুভব করেছি অগণিত চিন্তা ধাঁধা ও অশনি সংকেতের অগোছালো অধিক্রমণ। ঠিক তোমার আমার মতোই দেয়ালে অঙ্কিত রঙিন কাটাকুটিগুলো একে অপরকে আলিঙ্গন করছে, নতুবা নিজেদের যুক্তি তর্ক দিয়ে কাটাছেঁড়া করে রক্তের খেলায় মেতেছে। দুর্গম এই রাস্তা, তোমার আমার মনের পাঠোদ্ধারের রাস্তা। শৈশব সুলভ কল্পনাপ্রসূত ভালো লাগার কাছে দুরন্ত যৌবনের বিভ্রান্ত অস্থিরতা নিছকই এক বালখিল্য উপহাস। আজ তুমিও উদ্ভাসিত নিষ্পত্তিহীন এক ধাঁধা, আর আমি তো ছিলামই অনভিজ্ঞ এক বাচাল পরিহাস। Now it comes to the time of my English translation, which is scattered wall scratches. The undecipherable doodles are haphazardly spacious. One 5-year-old draws scratches on that with all his heart. Maybe his innocent mind has not even come close to the incontrovertible truth of being shattered. But I have felt the discursive overlapping of insurmountable thoughts, puzzles, and signals of turbulence in the inauguration of elegantly adorned adulthood. Just like you and me, the vibrantly painted wall scratches are embracing each other. Else, we have concentrated ourselves in the blood game with each other's logics and enquiries. Inevitable is this road, the road of deciphering our minds. The preferences of imagination, imaginative babyhood is indeed a childish joke in front of a confused restlessness of a spontaneous adolescence. Even today, you are incandescent. You are one unsolved mystery, and me, I am the same amateur, talkative comedy. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was a very adolescent stage kind of life.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
I miss my adolescent stage with that poem. Okay, let's read the comments here. From Eileen May Ramos, good humanitarian. And wow. And okay, from Sitang, how did poetry change your life?
Poetry has made me a sensible human. Like I can write down all my emotions in the paper. It has made me delicate towards the real emotions, real things, and it has made me go into the depth of things. What I miss in this generation is the depth to understand, depth to going into things, and they just want to stay outside anything, and they just want to experience things without going into the deep depth. So it has come to the point that I have started understanding intensity of life. I have started appreciating life because most of my poems are, as I said, that real life experiences, and I have just lived those experiences through my poems, and I have just gone into the depth of those things through my poems. So I have started appreciating life, and for whichever busy whenever we are busy, we stop looking outside, but poetry has made me going into the unseen things or unseen experiences, untouched realities, which I am going to miss, or I am just missing through my busy days. So I have written poetries on that also, that today I am tired, but their tiredness has something to do with my life and career and all those things. So poetry has made me a better human being.
Okay, so here's another question. Thank you, that Siteng, for that wonderful question. And from Miss Nems, how would you define generosity?
uh, Generosity, which I primarily know that generosity is something related to kindness. If we are kind, if I am kind to you, if I am paying attention to your words, I am paying attention to your life struggles, I am generous at somewhere, because we don't really have time for ourselves and for our close ones or for our friends these days. And sometimes it also comes out that strangers became generous just only by hearing our stories. So, being generous is something like paying attention to the problems and paying attention to the goodness also, and to understand the situation and to understand people's problems, struggles, their happinesses, their life, their love, everything. So, generosity is related to kindness, and just spread kindness in whichever way you can do it.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Chismita.
Uh,
And
Thank you very much. The entire
and
show is going very great, and I'm really loving the questions. Really.
and from Marjorie Fuentes, wow, at your age, you have a big heart.
Thank you very much, Marjorie. All my best wishes to you.
Yeah, and Siteng, if humans think the same way as you, then this world we live in would be heaven.
I wish that too, but one day we are gonna achieve that. Maybe not in 100 years, but after that, maybe. Let's just keep the hope.
And from Mittens, you are very inspiring at such a young age. And Siteng,
Thank
absolutely
you very much.
from us, wonderful, amazing thoughts you have, dear. And Marjorie
Thank you
Fuentes,
so much.
inspiring us. And okay, we are Eileen May Ramos. We are more than grateful for gracing our request to join us tonight. Thank you so much, dearest Chismita. Okay, so a lot of love to you from
I am so overwhelmed with whatever love and all the love they have been showering to me. It's my luck. What can I say? I am so blessed to have you all in my day, and you all are so loving and so kind and so positive. And I'm really, really feeling so great to be here, to be in this platform and just continuously uh, giving answers and learning also, learning from it also.
Yeah. Okay. Of all um, your written pieces, what is your favorite line and how it leaves an impact to you as a writer and author, and also to the reader as well? Your
I am extremely sorry to interrupt, but I missed some initial parts of your question because of the bad network.
okay. So, of all your written pieces, of
Yes,
all your
yes.
poems, your work, what is your favorite line? Because I believe we had those favorite lines we have when we're writing, right? And
Okay.
yeah, how it leaves an impact to you as a writer and an author, and to the reader as well.
Okay, so one poem which I had written on the day of World Peace Day. So this poem, mostly I write poems and all the lines. Sometimes I am a very awful person because I don't remember my lines, whichever I have written. But I
Okay.
have written one good poetry, not good poetry. I mean, one positive poetry where I just the poetry was like love the way to peace in this world. The last line was the love that can originate uh, from the sanctity. Sorry, I'm sorry. The love that can originate from the sanctity of pains, words, thoughts, noble intentions, and culture, that love can contribute in joining hands of brotherhood. So it was something which was sending a positive message across the community which I share, in which I share. So it was it was reflecting that positive approach towards my community, that through culture, through the sanctity of pains, through our positive words and kind words, we can bring the brotherhood in people. Because you know, uh, books are the only thing which we are engaged in since our childhood, because we have been uh, we have been admitted to schools and we started reading all the alphabets A B C D, and we the more we have been educated, the more we have learned the of importance of being good, being importance of also education, that it can change the world. So words can really change the world. So in this way these lines were very good. Not the it was not so metaphorical, but it were good in the sense of bringing positivity and good sense to all my community friends.
Thank you for that, Sushmita. Yeah, brotherhood is really needed,
Yes,
especially today. Yeah,
yes,
because
yes, definitely.
in brotherhood, there's, when there's a pack of friendship and brotherhood, we can see the genuine love in between, and
Yes.
it will grow and uh, make a solid foundation.
Exactly. Doorway of peace, we can say it. Like if we are staying together, maintaining our uh, sanity and maintaining our positivity towards each other and helping each other, it will definitely bring love and peace are two, what should I say, two closely related words, because without one we cannot achieve the other one.
Yes, okay. So we have to read some comments here from Siteng. Absolutely. Changes start from us. Wonderful, amazing thoughts you have, dear.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
Yes, and Marjorie Fuentes, thank you for inspiring us. Oh, it's so sweet.
Really
And,
sweet. Thank you very much.
and Sitting, what a wonderful poem, elegantly adorned adulthood. Mine was not. Oh, why was not? Oh,
No issues. May you have the blissful days now. May you
yeah,
just recover from all the negativities and all the skulls.
exactly. So it's all in the mind. It's all
Exactly.
it's the positivity and the negativity is our choice. So it's all in the mind. Whatever we feed up our
Exactly.
mind will be ourself. Will be yeah. It will be shown to us. Okay, Miss Nance. Okay, Eileen May Ramos. How I love to listen to your poems, says Sister
Thank you
and
very much, sister.
Miss Nance. Amazing. I love hearing you recite in your own language.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
For sharing your understanding about generosity. Yeah, generosity and kindness. It's nice city. Okay, so okay, as and we are in a state of lockdown due to this pandemic we are having nowadays, right? So,
Yes, yes.
so as an Indian citizen, what is your message to an estimated nearly 38,000 Indian community here in Hong Kong?
Well,
Yes.
despite the situation, I would request all my brothers, sisters, and all my natives that not only the Indians one, because to all, as a uh, as an international poet, as I have been touching borders through my words, so I would love to tell them that stay positive, and if even if you are facing COVID-19 situation, just don't go out from your homes, and just wear mask, use all the positive things you can do, and try to just limit yourself from watching news. I mean, I'm not just saying that you should not watch news, it's important, but just try to limit yourself from watching all the statistics for all the time, because it's okay that you are watching the news for one time, that is this is the statistics and this is the cases, this is the situation, that's it. Just then just engage yourself in other works like watching good movies, working from home. If you have work, so you have to do, you can't just avoid it and do it, and reading good books to make yourself more positive, just working out a little if you have time, eat good food, and just engage yourself in some of kind of creativity, art, just drawing something, or doing the recitation if you are a good reciter, writing poetries, anything you can do at your limit, you can just do, you must do it, and you will feel positive. And yes, that's why that's how you can just cross the time of this difficult period. I mean, it's not going to be forever, it's not going to stay as forever, so it is going to just pass out. Till then, just try to keep yourself positive, and yes, keep yourself well, and your keep yourself good and healthy. That's it.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. But maybe you can speak in your own language to yes to talk to your fellow Indians here in Hong Kong. So maybe we
Okay,
can
okay. Okay, just my fellow Indians, like in Bengalis or all the Indians?
yes in your national language, so all the Indian community here will
Actually, India has several different languages. If like we are Hindi, Maratha, Himachali, Punjabi, Odisha, any languages, there are lot of languages here. I mean, almost 370 plus total of languages in India. So
oh,
I wanted to address all the Indians so
okay.
in a common global language so that they can understand. And definitely to my Bengali brothers and sisters, সবাই খুব ভালো থেকো, সুস্থ থেকো, নিজের যত্ন নিও, নিজেকে নেগেটিভিটি থেকে দূরে রেখো। সো ইয়েস, এক্স্যাক্টলি, ভালো থেকো সবাই।
All right. So before we read some comments again, we want to hear your third and final poem. So,
Okay.
to
So it's,
recite and share to
uh,
us message of it.
yes, if I just recite one of my short narrative, it's kind of a memoir, not a poetry. Uh, I hope you will understand. Am I allowed to just recite a short narrative? It is a very short narrative.
Of course, you are allowed. We are
Thank you
glad.
so much. Thank you so much. So, the title of my narrative is My Idea of Eudaimonia. My earnestness of tracing love will never end because I have found the basic seeking tendency from the arena of art, literature, and culture. The completeness it provides can never be described through some words. My feelings, wrapped in the papers of elation, may be found within myself while going beyond and knowing beyond my boundaries. The spaciousness of art is something related to the procedures of starting from scratch to reaching the desired goals. My eyes might be rotating incessantly to catch more beauty while traveling from one place to another, either in a leisurely manner or in a hurried mode. Either in my classroom listening to the lectures and finding for the depth and purpose equally of the topics taught, or exhaustingly journeying back to my room, I do notice minute things to be recorded on my head. And later I smile for all the processes I have exercised throughout the entire day. My idleness doesn't necessarily prove my retirement, as my engagements are into observing my surroundings and gathering inspiration. Theorizing things that we mostly ignore sometimes give us the greatest lessons with a plethora of knowledge, and the exhilaration lies in the learned knowledge. This life might not be long, but it has a vast expanse of various applications which is to be felt, surmised, then sprayed away to the long, long way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What a wonderful story.
I'm honored. Thank you very much, sister.
Okay, we for Miss Nance, you are amazing. So Chismita, thank you once again for gracing your first episode. Yeah. Yes.
I'm so blessed that I'm into the first episode as a guest.
From her again. Yes. Turn these negativities to positivities. All right. We have a question from here from Miss Christine Prophet. As a young writer and a poet, what does youth empowerment means to you?
Youth empowerment is a very complicated and deep word. It's like empowering youth, and we cannot actually empower the entire youth. We can influence them to empower themselves, and as a result we can get youth empowerment if all the youthful minds are engaged into positive things which they think that they can contribute in the society, and they can grow inside and outside and also for themselves. Then the only the youth empowerment is possible. It is not always about just graduating, having higher degrees, and gaining a lots of degrees, but also using the entire knowledge into the society and for the betterment of the society in any ways. Like not only as a writer or a poet, they must not be also a writer or poet, they must be great thinkers, great scientists, great businessmen, but their entire intention should be into bringing the positivity or bringing the positive changes into the society. That should not be into the gaining profits only, but into changing people's lives and inspiring them to become their higher selves, crossing all the barriers. So this is youth empowerment means to me.
All right. Okay. Okay. So that's it. I hope you enjoy much our.
Very much enjoyed. Very much enjoyed.
Okay, then another question. Oh, from Marjorie Fuentes. Which one you prefer, knowledge or wisdom?
Such a tricky question. Both are so good. So without knowledge we cannot get wisdom, so knowledge is the will be the first preference. We should go for gaining knowledge, and then we can uh, by the course of time gain the wisdom.
All right, thank you for that.
Yes, they both are very important. Like knowledge and wisdom both are very important. The first important thing is to going into step by step. To acquire the first step, we have to gain knowledge, and then we can actually and gradually been into the wisdomatically, what should I say, a wise person or something like educated person, we can say that.
All right, there's a question from Siteng. Okay, I missed this one. What does poetry means to you?
Poetry means uh, by this time poetry means life, a life changing device, which sister asked me before some time that what kind of device I would be like to be become. So yes, poetry is something like life changing activity or a life changing tool which can inspire many people through the magic or through the tricks of words.
Thank you for that, Shismita. And here from Marjorie Fuentes. Thank you too.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I am very, very much honored to be present as the first guest of this segment, and really very grateful to be talking here. I surely have just learned a lot of things, and going with all the knowledges gained from this show in my baggage like Santa Claus.
All right. All right. So, um, I will have some of question as well. The last and final question from me. Uh,
Okay.
how this interview or segment means to you and to your journey in poetry?
Uh, First of all, I am very much honored to be a part of this brilliant and wonderful show. I mean, I have learned a lot of things through several uh, queries and through several questioning encounters. I have learned a lot of things, and I have also learned something about myself, that what really I think. I don't really think all of these things as a questions every day, right? I do not get that opportunity every day to answer all of these questions and express my thoughts. So it was an very, very amazing opportunity for me to speak tonight and just expressed all my thoughts, and I hopefully have some inspired some, not many but some, in their journeys, and I will always cherish this 2022 first January month interview, or something like to being a guest in a poetry show in a wonderful platform from Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, and really feeling so honored that it has somewhat opened the doors, some doors of my life, or my thoughts actually, which which for many days I was not getting time to think, or getting time to revise that all of these things which I really am as a person or want to do in my life. So yes, it has inspired me to be a very good human being, and I will keep this spirit with me always, to be a big better human of myself, or high, or my higher self. Yes.
Okay, so from Aiden May Ramos, thank you so much once again, dear Chismita. And
Thank you very much, sister.
we enjoyed a lot watching and listening to you. And from Marjorie Fuentes, we are so honored to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Regards, regards to Amir Khan. And can can you give us some advice to the community or every writers and aspiring writers around the world, if you don't mind?
Mm, I am actually not the very perfect person to give this advice or something like that, because every writers or every creators are in other way thinkers, and they think in their own way, and they write in their own way. Uh, they write for their own good or for the good of the society. So whatever way they choose to represent themselves, they are free to choose. And just one thing to tell them, that if you are good at expressing emotions at words, you are writer from that time. You must not be a very, it's not necessary that you should be using some heavy words or heavy vocabularies to be a good writer or a good poet. It's just your pure intentions or pure emotions which you are pouring out in your paper. It will be making you a great writer or a good writer, and you will reach to many people that can connect with you. And it should be your primary priority in this world, in this arena, in this writing industry. So yes, literary career is something like which will empower you as a human being, and you might find yourself as a good thinker. And your activities, I don't know, your activities will be filtered. If you are engaged into some notorious activities, you will be filtered through your writing career. Believe me, my friends, you will really be inspired through your writing journey. So never leave its hands.
Thank you for that from Siteng. Thank you for sharing your amazing insights and bringing inspiration to us all. You made us realize and reflect. And where is it? On ourselves with your humanitarian thoughts. You are the world, dear. Okay, congratulations
Thank you
and
very much.
inspiring people around the world. Salute to you and big respect to you.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you very much.
uh,
my huge respect to all of you who were continuously showering positive feedbacks and just encountering me with some very thoughtful and thoughtful questions which have opened some doors of me which I had not thought for a while. I mean, it's been a while. So yes, thank you so much for awakening those sides of
Yes, thank you. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in our pilot episode of Connected Different Voices One Passion. This episode will be treasured. Okay. Thank you so much. As a young age, you are very lovely young girl. Like you are just
Thank you very much, dear sister. You were so much encouraging and supportive throughout the time, entire time.
yes. So I will give you a chance to um, advertise your book and say something about your book. Where can we find
So
it?
yes, so there are three books. Uh, Sorry, I have just not just I don't have it right now with me. I don't know where I have just kept it. My debut paperback book, which is Fields of Sonnet by Suchishmita. You can find it in Amazon. It was published by Swipe Pages Publication House. And after that, my two books, which is really affordable at a very cheap price, cheap cost. You can avail it in a very cheap price. If you do have very shortage of pocket money, you can just anytime opt for those books, which are Poetries in Quarantine, and the other one is Emotions and Tantrums. They are available as ebooks and they were published by Kalamos Publishing House in India. So, yes, these are my three books, and I am going to uh, publish two books real soon. They are on the verge of publication. So, just trying to bring gifts for you guys that you can read. So, yes, just bless me with your positive feelings and positive approaches. That will be just a very good surprise for me or very good blessing for me.
And right. So this ends our segment for tonight. I don't want to end talking with you, but
Yes, it was very amazing, and I just really don't want to end it real soon. I mean, the time really goes very rapidly. Time
yes,
went very rapidly, and I just want to relive all the moments on the interview section and my poetry reading and all everything which we have conversed in this show. So yes, I really loved it.
yeah, thank you. Such a lovely girl you are. So before we
Thank you very much.
end, the Migrant Writers of Hong Kong will have an upcoming Writers Toolbox workshop on the 16th of February 2022. For
Okay.
those who are interested and not yet registered, please register now. The link for registration is in the comment section below. And also, the Ingat anthology is still open for submission in collaboration with Linsational, Guhit Kulay, and Migrant Writers of Hong Kong.
Oh wow, that's an anthology call.
Yes, it's in. Yeah, it's still open. The link will be
Okay.
in the section below. So if you're
Is it
interested,
open for all nationalities or it is just limited to the migrant writers of Hong Kong and other?
no, you can. If you want to, you can uh, pass your entry. The link will be at the comment section. So we will be honored to
Oh wow,
have you
that's really nice.
apology. Yeah, it's
I would like to take, and it will be my honor and my pride to take part and represent my country in a very good thing. And this anthology call, it's a very great opportunity and initiative, to people will come out with their creativities and they will just contribute for the good. They will feel proud also.
yes. So this will be the end of the segment for Tonight,
Oh yeah.
thank our guest, Miss Chismita Ghoshal, a 24-year-old lovely Indian girl from Mingal Ghoshal, okay, India. And
Thank you very much.
yes, and I hoped, we are hoping that we shared you an inspiration through our guest, and her words will live into the minds of the audience tonight. Thank you so much for a very supportive audience and to all the questions
Exactly.
answered by our guests. And thank you for staying with us for 1 hour and 20 minutes that we didn't that we didn't notice. Okay, this is your
Exactly.
this is your host again, Bernadette de la Cruz of Migrant Writers of Hong Kong. Good evening to all of you, and thank you. Bye, Sisters Nita. See you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much for inviting. I'm very blessed. Have
Thank
a
you. Bye.
very nice time, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.